morning, you guys. Actually, it's afternoon now. I wanted to make a video of what I do on Sundays to reset for the week. That means we grocery shop, meal prep, clean the house, do all the things that we need to do to set ourselves up for having a good week ahead. I already did my grocery shopping yesterday. I ran errands with my sister and we decided to go to the grocery store. So I already have everything I need for the week. I also cleaned out the fridge this morning a bit. I prepped my fruit here. We have blueberries, raspberries, watermelon, and kiwi. And then I prepped my veggies that we are going to cook. So we have Brussels sprouts and we have a mixture of zucchini, squash, and onion. And also in the fridge I have my chicken, which I already washed and cut. Since I already have everything prepped, I want to show you how I cook it. Starting with the chicken, first things first, when I cut my chicken, I've started slicing it in half so they're more of a thin slice. What I didn't do when I was prepping my chicken was marinate it, and that's because I wanted to show you what I use. Garlic Expressions. This is a dressing and marinade. I think a lot of people use this for a salad dressing, which I do too. It's really good on salads. And then I mix it with a garlic, herb, and wine mix. Either this or there's also a zesty herb, which I really like too. The store didn't have that, so I grabbed this one instead. Before we start marinating the chicken, we are going to preheat the oven so it can start warming up. We're gonna do 425, either 425 or 450. Now let's get some tongs for the chicken so we don't have to touch it with our hands. I like to spray my pan first. Before I put the marinade on it, I like to lay it out in the pan, just get everything flat so I can evenly coat it. We are just going to dump this on. Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but give it a thin layer of the dry marinade. Now it's time for this dressing. Okay, so now we are going to flip it over. And just put some more on top. You can leave it like this, but I'm gonna flip it over one more time just to get everything nice and juicy. And this is what our chicken looks like. We're gonna wait for the oven to heat up before we put that in. Now we can start on our veggies. I prepped this already. It's yellow squash, zucchini, and onion. I have my pan. I sprayed it. Now we're gonna do a little under medium for the heat. Let that warm up just a little bit. Like I said, I already cut up the veggies, but I didn't put anything on them yet, and I'm gonna do it while they're in this bowl. I'm gonna do some olive oil, some salt, and you know what, I actually feel like putting a little bit of this on there as well, so we'll do some more. And why not some of this too while we're at it? This combo literally goes good on anything. Put the lid on and just shake the heck out of it. And look at that. Our veggies are perfectly coated. Let's dump them in. I am just going to put a lid on this and we will pop the chicken in because the oven is preheated now. And we will set the timer for 14 minutes. I just realized we need a carb and I want to do some sweet potato. I think that would taste so good. I gave it a quick wash. These are the sweet potatoes that we grew in our garden over the summer. By the way, don't forget about the veggies that are cooking. You do need to stir these occasionally so they don't get all mushy. The timer beeped for the oven, so let's take the chicken out and see what it looks like. When I checked the chicken, I cut open the biggest piece to see if it's done, and that looks like it's not done. It's still pink inside. Ew, there's a little vein. So I'm gonna put that back in for a couple minutes. I think if I did 450, then 14 minutes would have been enough, but because I did 425, I have to do a little bit longer. I always get confused if I do 425 or 450, and I'll go back and look at my old videos sometimes, but I think 450 is the move, and then 14 to 15 to maybe 16 minutes, depending on the size of your chicken. Meanwhile, the sweet potato is prepped. I just used the same bowl and shook up with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. You could use garlic if you wanted. garlic powder, garlic salt, real garlic. And I'm using this little tray because I'm going to pop it in my toaster oven, which I preheat to 400. Chicken came back out and let's take a look. Alright, that looks so much better, ignoring that icky red veiny part. And our veggies are also done. Quick reminder to drink your water. I am going to weigh out my chicken and veggies, so I have my scale out, I have my chicken, a new pair of tongs, and we are going to weigh out 4 to 5 meals if we have enough chicken. I have it on grams, we have 94 grams. I'm going to go 134, that's good enough. So I have some leftover chicken juice in here that I'm going to just spread among all of these to keep the chicken moist and give it a little extra flavor. That ended up working out perfectly. I have 130 to 135 grams chicken in each container, and that'll be like 40 grams chicken per meal, or 40 grams protein of chicken per meal. So I'll just do the same thing with the veggies. And then our sweet potato is still cooking. We started at 30, it's at 13 now, so it's been about 17 minutes, and actually, I think they're done. Somehow that worked out perfectly too, and I have 130 grams of my veggies in there. That's not going to be many calories, it's just going to be some carbs, which really I'm eating the veggies for micronutrients anyways. The carbs will be our sweet potato, so let's spread those out, and then we'll have 5 meals for the week, which it really doesn't bother me eating the same thing over and over again. If you noticed, I did not cook the Brussels sprouts. I put the Brussels sprouts in the fridge because I'm gonna cook those fresh for dinner one night, maybe with like a steak, and I really like sweet potato, so maybe steak, sweet potato fries. But either way, at least the Brussels sprouts are prepped. I can go over like a whole bunch of snack ideas too, but let's get the sweet potato put in our containers first. I got 100 grams in each of these 3 containers here, but I ran out of sweet potato and I didn't want to do any less than 100 grams, which means I have 2 more meals without a carb. So back to the pantry. Something I bought at the grocery store that I don't normally buy, but I did, is some Uncle Ben's rice. This is the stuff that you just throw in the microwave. I don't like to eat this all the time because putting plastic in the microwave is obviously not good for you. Normally I would use jasmine rice. Hello, Luce. And cook it in the rice cooker. But since we're basically done meal prepping, I'm just going to cook the microwaved rice this week. I ended up doing 75 grams of rice in each of these, so there is our 5 meals for the week. These will be my lunches. And then I just grabbed some snacks out of the pantry and the fridge to show you. If I want something sweet or crunchy, I really like these Power Crunch bars. These ones are my absolute favorite. And then I found these at the store yesterday. This is a new flavor, it's s'mores, which I thought was pretty good. And then this isn't crunchy. It's a little gooey chocolate chip oatmeal bar. Kodiak cakes, Bear Bites, these are just little graham crackers, pistachios. And then I have the PB Fit out because I like to put it on these rice cakes for a snack before the gym, which I'll probably do now. And out of the fridge, I grabbed some mush. These are overnight oats, Oikos, 20 grams protein, or Siggy's. This is strawberry. I like the mixed berry brand better, or flavor better. This is the strawberry flavor. And then cottage cheese, literally the best cottage cheese you will ever have. I get the low fat one, but the regular one's good too. And then I just recently started getting these for an easy snack to grab and go. Avocado, apple. Apple's really good with the oats, or obviously you can also do a protein shake. I just got this 1UP Nutrition chocolate milkshake protein. I think that tastes pretty good. And I also tried this blue raspberry one.